Te no heka! Banzai! So this is a perfect enemy, guys, the Chinese Empire. As the Empire of Japan, we are trying to further our conquest goals, of course, and to do that, we must destroy this Chinese fleet. In fact, we want to show the Chinese the superiority of our fleet by using a single battleship to completely annihilate them. Well, guys, as always, in games like this, I will return when the action begins, but tell me that Chuyo doesn't look absolutely beautiful there, with the rising sun flag right there on top of it. Let's hope she can get some kills. We have arrived with the Chuyo, guys. Time to show the Chinese who owns the seas. But the thing with this ship is that these guns obviously are massive, massive guns, crewed by 115 men each, and they take quite a while to reload. We want to keep our distance from the enemy. We don't want their destroyers getting close, and I've already picked out a battleship to actually start targeting, a warship more specifically. We've already done some damage to it, and we're hopefully going to do a little bit more. Chuyo is getting prepared to fire. In fact, they've just fired off a volley. Let's see how it works. As you can see, I did turn to the side to get the best shot, but one thing that I'm concerned about is when you turn to the side, obviously you become a bigger target for the enemy. Complete miss there. And also, I don't like the fact that the enemy destroyers are heading towards us. They can fire torpedoes, which in some ways could be even more deadly than what the enemy battleship fires at us. So we will continue our current trajectory of fire, but once those destroyers get into our actual visible range, like our optimal range, I should say, out here, I am going to switch targets to them. Unless, of course, we're doing, like, tremendous damage to that battleship, but I doubt that's going to happen at this distance. This is kind of like throwing Hail Mary passes and hoping one lands. I'll actually turn the Chuyo a little bit more there, just to get the best, absolute best shot. We're about to get a beautiful shot from the 17 inchers here. I always like to watch these things doing their work, and actually I'll slow down here to stop, just because we are quite far away. Look at those babies. Now again, on a lot of our actual ships, we have like 16 guns. We've had, 16 guns is I think the most we've had. This is just an 8-gun ship. That's pretty much it, just 8 guns. But they're 8 very heavy guns, and as you can see, look at that. Massive damage, penetration, flooding, etc. on the enemy battleship there. Just doing huge damage. So that's kind of the payoff. We're sacrificing more guns for much, much heavier guns. And when they get the job done, they certainly get the job done, as you can see there. I think we'll just keep on a steady course here. I will fire one more volley with the 17 inchers, and then I'll start speeding up. Because we are in range now of enemy ships, and we need to start worrying about the enemy destroyers that are approaching. These warships can cause a lot of problems. Just a few torpedoes could put us completely out of commission. Go a little bit to the right here, just a tiny bit. Here we go, another volley. We only got salvo on the, a salvo on the frontal guns. Let's try to turn a bit and see if we can also get a salvo on those rear guns as well. And I think we have to really start considering switching fire to the destroyers here. And again, battle cruisers are always a threat. Can always hurt us from afar. Let's just keep firing at the battle cruiser for now, even though he is pretty much out of range. We're getting very lucky with the shots against him. Still going at quite a slow speed. Maybe we can pick up to about half. Just pick up some speed to try it and get over here. Not exactly flank the enemy, but at least try to outmaneuver them just a little bit. Now, there is manual rudder control, but I've tried it before, and it's quite frustrating, where I can literally turn the ship completely this way, but it can mess up our heading completely. It can really do a lot of damage to our heading, and so I really don't want to do too much with it. There we go. If he switched targets, that is definitely a target switch. Now, however, since the enemy destroyer is in my range, I am going to trust my gut, and I'm going to start firing at him. I'm going to make him my main target. We'll get back to those battle cruisers in time. Fear not, my friends. One problem is these ships that we're going to fire on are extremely skinny. Very, very skinny destroyers, so getting a hit on them is pretty challenging, unless they turn to their side when they begin to fire essentially their torpedoes. So let's hope that we get a good shot here. He's coming out of the smoke. Hopefully we get a brilliant shot right through the front of the ship. That thing is going so fast that it looks like the back of the actual craft is nearly dipping in the water. That's a miss. Now our secondaries should come into play over here at the 3.7 kilometer range. Our secondary guns should be able to do some damage, but let's wait and see. It's getting way too close for comfort. I don't like that. I'm going to give him one more volley, and then I might have to focus on the larger ships. But I think he's a big threat. I think all of those smaller ships around us are going to be a major threat, especially those over there, a few destroyers. And we just got confirmation he is definitely a destroyer here. Come on, baby. Turning a little bit. This could be good. Although, as you can see, the enemy rounds are actually starting to damage us now, which is why we need to be extra careful. Most of them will just kind of ping off, but the larger ones will definitely go through our hull. Come on, baby. Come on. Full volley. Oh, he couldn't even tag him once. Really? Come on, man. Come on, man. That's unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. I'm not switching targets. I'm going to kill this destroyer. Especially since he's starting to turn now. No, I think this is a big threat. I'm going to go ahead and push to flanking speed. I don't want this guy outrunning me. And reload, men. We'll have to answer to the Emperor if you're unable to actually get these shots off. So I'm once again going to turn here. A little bit, well, in this case, we're actually, I was going to say to the left. We're actually turning northwest a bit. Getting a northwesterly course. We don't have enough ship information to know whether or not he's fired his torpedoes yet, but I doubt it. I think he needs to get a little closer before torpedoes would really be useful. Come on, boys. Identify that target. Target locked. Here we go. Come on, man. Just barely firing over the ship, which is really frustrating. They're just barely firing over. The secondaries are targeting him. The Mawang Chung, and he has fired his torpedoes. So we've got something else to worry about here, which is going to be a bunch of torpedoes heading our way. I'm kind of tempted to just ignore him at this point and try and start turning right. In fact, we're going to slow down completely, hopefully avoiding those torpedoes. And I'm going to focus my fire back on that battleship that we had damaged before. Shouldn't take too long for our guns to readjust. Pardon me. There we go. We've already gotten some shots off. I'm definitely worried about those torps, but I'm going to try to keep my mind off that while these rounds sail towards the enemy. It's going to be hard to hit him at this distance, but again, he's badly damaged. It does still pose a threat. Maybe switching to that battleship that's somewhat closer is the way to go. We're going to fire at the Hualong. I know, don't switch targets. I've gotten so many people telling me this, but in this case, I don't think we have much of a choice. Let's see those torpedoes' trajectory they're taking is... I can't even see them. Okay, they're going ahead of us. They're going to be firing this way, so I'm hoping that slowing down completely will get out of the way of these things. They're going to go like this. We really do need to slow down completely, though. Can we drop an anchor or something? Oh, come on. At least our secondaries are starting to do a little bit of damage to this guy. I'm just hoping that those torpedoes outrun us. As in, go directly in front of us and completely miss our ship. But I'm not sure that's going to happen. It's too big of a ship to maneuver like that. In fact, let's go full speed ahead. Trying to avoid at least these torpedoes. We'll probably get hit by this one unless we get really lucky with that full speed ahead. Oh, man. Okay, at least we got a full volley there, but we're definitely going to get tagged by at least one of them. Wow, we got actually quite lucky with that torpedo volley. We should have been hit by many more, and look at that. Massive damage to the Hualong there. Just burning her up. Let's keep it going, guys. It is not over yet, although I definitely would really like to start getting shots over here on this destroyer. I'm not sure. Oh, our navigation is damaged. This is a new update where we're actually being forced to go this way. We can't actually turn this way at all because of the navigation issues, so we're going to have to keep on firing at this battleship. There we go. Nice. We got some flooding, actually, on the destroyer just from the secondaries. But I don't know what's going to happen when we turn here. This is going to get weird. It's going to get very weird, guys. Come on, let's get that navigation back on track. No, we're totally stopped from turning that way. That's amazing. Wow, quite amazing there. Alright, more rounds heading for the Hualong. And it doesn't look like we got any damage, but again, some pretty serious damage on the Mawasheng. So maybe we just need to focus, now that our guns are turned this way, on that destroyer. I think it's our best chance at getting a shot. We have no choice. We're kind of turning this way anyway. So let's get those guns on the destroyer and hopefully get one good volley before we turn completely. Look at that. I don't see how we're going to be able to destroy an entire fleet, but we will fight to the very end. Looks like the Mawasheng is sinking. That's, yeah, I kind of not surprised by that. That's the destroyer that was causing us some trouble before. But now, of course, we are taking some torpedo hits. And I am considering now, very soon, we're going to change our trajectory from that destroyer over to that battleship, the Hualong. Come on, baby. Oh, yes! A perfect hit there due to structural damage. Now, the torpedoes are there. I think we can outmaneuver those torpedoes. Look at all of those torps. I'm going to focus on the Hualong, of course. Let's just hope we can get out of the way of those things. That is a death sentence for our ship. So in this weird, strange way, our navigation being damaged is actually helping us. Who would have thought Agrippa not being in control would be a good thing? Here we go. So, yeah, they are spreading a bit. I think we'll avoid them for the most part. I'm mostly worried about just turning all of our guns that way. So 2 destroyers sinking. And let's see if we can sink that battleship and hopefully another battleship over here. But we are getting awfully close to the enemy, and there's just not that much we can do about it except go ahead and turn as much as possible. Come on, boys. Reload for the glory of the Emperor. Love that flag of the rising sun there. We've already cost the enemy some lives. Let's see if we can cost them more lives. Because as long as we can damage their navy seriously, maybe the Chinese will reconsider causing us any sort of problems here. I think that's way off. I don't know what they were thinking with that shot. But I don't want the Chuyo going directly towards the enemy, as you can see. I'm trying to turn as much as I can. Just not going to do us any favors to be close to the enemy with this ship. The thing I don't like is it's going to make our shots on the Hualong not as effective, because by the time we start firing, we're going to be turned. So maybe I'll just keep a forward trajectory for now. See, we can't even do that with our damaged ship. We're essentially going around in circles here. Oh, it is Hirohito himself! One moment, friends. Now, I don't know if this is going down in glory or going down in flames, but hopefully we don't go down at all and we get out of this with a big victory. There's another huge volley at the Hualong. And the only thing I can think of is maybe to slow down to give us more time to hit that thing. We did cause some flooding, but pretty soon we're going to be in the trajectory here of that other battleship, and we could potentially go ahead and take it out. What I am going to do is, of course, just keep on speeding forward. At least our speed isn't too badly affected, but yeah, I'm not so sure we can keep that battleship as a target. We'll try to get one more shot on it. Again, we could slow down. Now we're taking massive hits here. We're going to slow down all the way just to see what happens. And of course, with a ship this big, you can never really slow down all the way. It just doesn't work that way. You know, this thing will continue to move forward no matter what we do. What I can do, though, is to target that other battleship. And it's not the Pak. There's another one back here, the Shusheng, that we nearly destroyed. So I'm going to see if we can't get a lucky shot and wipe her out and just continue on forward. This is the best we can do at this point. I'll also pick up speed. Now the best we can do is full. I guess I can accept that. Again, should we keep firing at that battleship? I just don't get the feeling that we can actually get any hits on him right now. Come on, guys. A lot of those secondary shots that didn't do as much damage now at a closer range are absolutely leaving a mark. But he's returning fire, too. It's not like he's out of the fight. I thought he was completely retreating, but no, he's definitely still in the fight. Nice! Destroyed the main gun, got a little fire there on the Shusheng. Of course, he's not at an ideal, how could I put this, sort of like, he's not perpendicular to us or anything like that. Which leads me to believe that maybe we need to switch fire once again. I know all of the ship junkies here, those of you that actually know what you're doing, will give me a lot of hatred for this, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm switching fire to that battleship. I'm hoping that we can perhaps knock him out. Not really. I mean, I am worried, obviously, about the cruisers, but there's not much we can do about them right now, or the destroyers, whatever they are. They obviously have the ability to use some torpedoes against us, and that's actually my biggest fear are the torpedoes. Come on, Chuyo. Oh, speaking of torpedoes, we've got some on the way. We will continue forward. There's not much else we can do. Hopefully they miss. Chuyo has been beaten up really badly here. It's starting to make me wonder as to whether maybe I should fire at this guy, but no, I think we just have to keep on firing, focusing on one specific ship here. The Pak, she's got some pretty massive guns too. Or, you know what? No, we're going to try to hit the Shusheng. We've got to take down at least one of these battleships with us. If we're going down, they're going down as well. And the Shusheng is kind of starting to show his side, so I think we can actually get a pretty good shot. Unfortunately, with that damage navigation, there's no turning to the left. We would have to turn all the way around to start aiming at these guys, and that, of course, is a big cause for concern. Come on, baby, give me that beautiful 17-inch cannon shot. You can do it. You can do it. Chuyo, hold on, brother, hold on. We don't have any flooding. This is mostly fire damage, which alone is pretty impressive. Only 13-inch guns on the Shusheng. Dangerous enough, though. And really, that tower is sticking out like a sore thumb. There we go, baby. Come on. I believe in you. I believe in you. You can do this. You can do this. Oh, yes, we got some more flooding. Nothing crazy, but hey, you know, this thing's already kind of listing here in the back. If we can just get some serious flooding going on, then we can absolutely knock her out. I'm continuing to target her. I'm not going to switch targets yet. Fight to the very end. This one works. Again, nothing we can really do besides completely slow down. Oh boy, flooding damage on him is real bad. I think one more successful hit and he's down. Unfortunately, the same is kind of true for us. We've been beaten up real bad during this fight. change course in some way. If not, we're just going to continue this in this direction. And that might be the best we can do here. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Main gun damaged as well. And one more hit on the Shusheng. He's gone. Oh, just barely missed. Will he at least flood before this is all over? I don't know, guys. I'm skeptical now. But of course, this completely changes our actual fighting capability. And there we go. The Shusheng is down. And I wonder if we can't do anything with the auto rudder. I mean, we're trying to turn left, but as you can see, that's going to take quite a while. Even if we go at half speed, it's taking us quite a while to make that full turn. But we have to go after the next logical target, which maybe I would say is the Pak. But if there's something else there, no, it's going to be the Pak for sure. We're already targeting him, which is perfect. Let's take a look at that Shusheng going down. Wow, finally getting our revenge. The true revenge would be to take out another enemy battleship, and this guy is absolutely in range. He's just in a really bad position for the rest of our guns. Come on, boys. Got the auto rudder all the way to the left here. More torps on the way, of course. It's a shame we can't start firing at the Hualong. Of course, just can't possibly hit him because we did quite a lot of damage to him and also damaged the Admiralty on the ship there. And as you can see, getting these hits in the back does not feel good. Come on, Chuyo, get those 17-inchers reloaded. Almost ready to get another shot at the Pak. And I hope this one is a little more successful. They're going to go right. Yeah, they're probably going to hit us. Deno Heka, Banzai! Three torps hitting us there. And we got some partial penetration there on the ship, but that's almost nothing. We didn't even manage to start a fire. Pretty pathetic, if you ask me. And this other torp is going to almost certainly hit us. How many torpedoes can we survive, and is anybody keeping track? We're going to take 2 torp hits here for sure. All we can do now is continue firing on that target. I mean, we could switch to the destroyers or even this other battleship. No, never mind. That's the Shusheng we just destroyed. But I think the best thing to do here, yeah, is pretty much just continue on. Hope that we can survive more hits. Now, looks like our guns actually have pretty good distance on the Juyo. So I'm actually going to slow down now at this point. There's no point in dragging this out because, you know, if we keep moving, we're just getting farther from our target. What we need to do is just try to get the best shots on the target that exists. Come on, baby. He's got his broadsides to us that we should be able to hit that thing. There we go. Engine 3 damage, some fire, some flooding. Those are the kind of hits we need to get all the time against that ship. And that is a serious blow to the enemy ship here. Let's get back here just because I want to make sure we are on as much a perpendicular trajectory with the Pak as we can get. And that's why I'm trying to turn westwards here. But look at that. Torpedoes on the way. We might be able to miss these guys just barely. We're still going to... Oh my goodness, we might miss this one as well. Slowing down might have been a great idea here, guys. We're going to get past those torps and hopefully get another shot with the 17-inchers here. I'd love to take out another one of the enemy's big ships. And finally, we've got the Pak on fire. Tuyo refuses to give up, refuses to surrender. Oh yeah, come on. Big money, big money. We can do this. I think they might be a little short. Yeah, well, we did do some damage. Some rudder damage, secondary gunfire. Not bad at all, but it was a little short. We had to fire just a little farther and we would have gotten an amazing hit there. But you can see the Pak is degrading quite quickly here. Fires on the top deck. There's flooding near the rudder. Just gotta keep it up. Massive guns on their ship as well, and they seem to be undershooting as well, probably because we're just barely out of their range and vice versa. Here we go, guys, another pounding from our guns. And again, I think now the trajectory is changing a bit because of the just the way our ship is turned, pretty much, and so we're not getting all 8 shots. See, that's a complete miss. That's what we need. Oh! It's not what we need. I take that back. Although now the Chuyo is properly turning, and you know what? I feel like increasing speed. Let's go to half speed now. We haven't gotten our navigational controls back, but we can still work with that rudder damage. Kind of. As you can see, those shots from afar are doing a lot of damage to our ship here. We need another hit on the puck. It looks like he's actually about to sink. This is amazing. If we manage to make him sink, I'm going to be quite impressed. We're going to keep on. Yeah, can't even keep a forward trajectory because of the damaged rudder. We've got to keep on steady footing. He not only has 17-inch cannons, but a bunch of other guns too. Much more impressive than our ship, I have to say. Not sure why he decided to put torpedoes on that boat, though. But here we go, guys. Can we eliminate another Chinese ship here? Show them the glory of Japan. I think that's a direct hit. Yes. Penetration fire. Oh, but just not quite enough, unfortunately. We're going to have to keep firing. Got some secondary cannons here, but I doubt they're going to do anything to the Bak. Let's take a look at the Chuyo. We could slow down to a crawl once again, but now that we're getting bombarded from all angles, I'm not sure that's a great idea. We will slow down just this once because we really have no choice. Again, now we're trying to stack up numbers. We took out 2 light cruisers, 1 battleship. I would love to get another battleship kill. Come on, Chuyo. For the Imperial Majesty. Show yourself to be worthy. Let's put up an amazing fight. The flag of the rising sun is still there, still glorious. Come on. Oh, a complete miss. I wouldn't say complete, I mean it touched really close, but just not good enough. And we know what we have to do. We've got to keep on firing, guys. We cannot stop here. I will increase speed just to get as far away from the enemy as possible. So right now, the damage that we're facing is because of structural damage, not due to flooding. We're basically in danger of the ship just pretty much being unusable. Come on, let's get the last few rounds we can. Glorious end if we can do this. There we go, more engine damage, rudder damage, it's all over the damn place. But I just need one set of good shots here for my men. Come on, baby, you can do this. I trust you boys. Got an additional set coming as well. Oh, okay, over penetration. Destroyed a torpedo, fire 2 penetrating hits. Causing a fire. I'm just hoping it's enough to bring her down. Really what we need is actual, flooding damage. That would be even more useful to us. But I'll take the fire damage. I'll definitely take the fire damage. Now they're going to fire their 17-inchers. Let's just hope we can avoid them. And it looks like we've got torpedoes coming in from over here. Where in the world? Oh, an enemy destroyer. This is going to be the end for sure of the Chuyo. This has to be the end of the Chuyo. Get Get us one more good volley. Can you do it? I don't think they can. I think it's impossible at this point. That's going to be it for the Chuyo, guys. An incredible fight there, but it just didn't hack it. I'm not sure. I think maybe having those really huge guns on there might not be the way to go. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think the build was solid? Did you enjoy the battle? And what would you like us to do next time? Thank you again, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe. Also, check out our merch store right below the video.